Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica. Thank you for clicking on this video today. Today is my Q3 Empties and Spendies video of 2023. So this year I started a new routine where each quarter of the year, every 3 months, I'm going to be updating you on every single product that I have purchased during that quarter, as well as every single product that I have emptied during that quarter. And I'm trying to add up the value of each of these products, either what I spent on it or what I equate the value to be if it's a sample size item or I just don't really know what the price was. And then I'm comparing the value of what I used versus what I purchased. So it's just a fun practice of data for me. I really like comparing the spending and it really helps to kind of keep me in check a little bit. I wasn't great this quarter, but you know, it could have been worse if I wasn't tracking it. I'll go ahead and link Q1 and Q2 updates for this series in the description box below, so check those out if you haven't already. This update will be for the months of July, August, and September, and I'll also be telling you my yearly total so far. So let's get right on into the video. Starting with empties, I have them in this glamorous grocery bag here. Nothing fancy, and I have my little notebook here with all of the prices and lists, and I'm just ready to go. So I don't know why I have to explain this all to you. First item I finished this quarter is this eyeliner from KVD. This is her Tattoo Ink eyeliner, which has been one of my favorites throughout the years. I've repurchased this several times or I've acquired it in some way. A lot of times they just have their way of finding me, which is great. I value this at $11.50 because I believe I bought it half off. So if I'm buying a high-end eyeliner, typically like something like this, I'm getting it on a deal. That's when I excuse it for myself. The next one is from CeraVe. This is their hydrating facial cleanser. $10.79 is the value on this one. You'll see this one in basically every empties video I do because it is the only cleanser that I use. I am very loyal to it because my skin is quite sensitive. Also from CeraVe, I have this Skin Renewal Night Cream, and this is just a sample size. I believe I got this from Ulta, is like a gift with purchase, and I valued this at $2.40. And the way I find the value is I get the full price item and then I divide the price by the number of ounces and then multiply that by the number of ounces on my little sample size. I don't need to explain simple math to you guys, right? And this one's pretty exciting. I finished up an entire eyeshadow. This is from ColourPop. This is one of their limited edition shades in the shade Birthday Cake. It like came around as a free item for ColourPop's birthday a couple years ago, or probably many, many years ago. And I did not finish this up entirely by using it on my eyes. It was part of my Pan Those Eyeshadows project and I hit pan on it, but it was crumbling and falling apart. So I decided to break all of it up and put it into a lotion and use it as a body glow item. And there's still a little bit of product left in that pan, but that's just, that's as close to an eyeshadow empty that I'm ever gonna get. And the value for the Super Stock Shadow was $7. This is a little sample from JVN. These are their Nourishing Shine Drops. And I love this type of like oil finishing product for my fine hair. Really helps to just give it some shine and tame any flyaways that I might have. And I really did enjoy using up this sample. I valued it at $2.40 and I totally would purchase the full size of this, but it's only sold at Sephora and I try and be loyal to Ulta as much as I can because it has such a better point system on there. So I only will probably purchase this if I like happen to be in a Sephora or Sephora's having a deal or I get like Sephora gift card or something like that. But who knows, if the time comes and I'm looking for a hair oil, this would be a good option. Next, we have a lipstick from ColourPop. This is the shade Topanga. This was a part of my rolling project pan and I used this one up completely in that project, using it as a blush and as a lipstick. This has a value of $8 and it's always satisfying to have a lipstick empty. Another item for my project pan is this Smashbox Oil Control or Photo Finish Control Mattifying Primer. It's a sample size. And again, it's probably a gift with purchase from Ulta. I value this one at $7.14. Another sample, I was really trying to get through samples this quarter if you couldn't tell. This is from Ava NYC. This is a dry conditioner, which I'm still quite not sure what that means or what a dry conditioner does. I used it. It says it detangles, softens, and adds shine. Okay. I mean, I feel like the JVN product is better suited for my type of hair. I don't know. I didn't see a purpose with a dry conditioner. I much prefer a like deep conditioning mask. That's my kind of conditioner. And I value this at $1.11. Nothing big, but hey, every penny counts. Then I have a mascara, another sample. This is the Maybelline Last Sensational. Ulta was having a deal where if you purchase like so much of Maybelline products, they give you 3 mini mascaras. And I love a mini mascara. And there were 2 formulas that I'd never tried before. And I think this is the one that I had tried before, the Lash Sensational. And it's an okay mascara. I liked it all right. It's not my favorite mascara, but I've definitely tried worse. And I value this one at $8.12, which is pretty amazing. I think this is like almost a full size. That or it's just expensive. I don't know, but that's the math that I wrote down. Next is a hair product. This was another Project Pan item. This is the Bumble & Bumble Thickening Spray, and it is another sample size that I have been carrying around for years, so I'm so happy this is finally gone and out of my collection. It's not my favorite thickening spray that I've tried. I feel like a volumizing mousse is much more effective in my hair, but you know, I'm glad that I finally got this one used up and out. This one has a value of $3.76. And next is a brow product. This is from It Cosmetics, the Brow Power, which is in Universal Taupe. And I've gone through several of these brow pencils over the years. And this one I think came to me from a friend, or like, I got this one for free somehow. I didn't repurchase it. And I didn't mind using it up. I actually used it up pretty easily. It's good. I really do like this. I've used it several times. I'm not like running out to go get it again, but you really can control the pigment on it by how hard you press down on the pencil. And I love that it has an attached spoolie, like all brow pencils should have. So it's very handy for travel, especially. I don't have to bring an eyebrow brush with me, and I really liked using it. And that one has a pretty big price tag of $26 in value. Another recurring favorite in my Empties videos, my e.l.f. Cleansing Balm. I actually have 2 of these in this quarter of Empties. These are both valued at $8.80. I typically try and pick them up on their buy one, get one 40% off deal, because they're normally around $11, but you can get a little bit better of a value if you wait for those sales that come around periodically on Ulta. This is a funny one. This was another sample I acquired somehow. This is from Strivectin. This is their tightening neck cream, and I think it has like an SPF on it too, maybe? No, maybe not. It's just like a really, really thick cream for your neck. It's supposed to kind of tighten the skin there. I mean, I'm getting into my late 30s, so I don't really have to worry about that too much yet, luckily, but it was a very nice, thick moisturizer. It felt really nice on the skin, and I enjoyed the experience of using it. So it is empty, and just this little tiny sample has a value of around $15. The large size is expensive. I think it was like $75 cream or something like that. So yeah, it's a nice one. I'm not spending that money on a full size, definitely not. Maybe in 10 years, we'll see. Another makeup item, I finished this eyeliner from L'Oreal, and I've had this one for quite a while, so I'm super happy that I finished it. I didn't even really try to finish it. I was just really on a brown eyeliner kick, and that actually is just a little bit more satisfying that I used it naturally. It's not something I had to like pan to go through. Not that I don't like panning things, but it's just like, you know, good to know I'm using my items. I don't even think they have this line anymore. This is the Pencil Perfect line. It's not my favorite liner. It does transfer a little bit. I had to make sure I set it with a powder eyeshadow to really make sure that that creamy eyeliner stayed in place, but all the same, I love a brown upper liner, and it's just a very simple everyday look for me. So this one had a little bit of an estimation since they don't have this exact line anymore, but similar products from L'Oreal cost about $10. So that's the value I gave it. From Living Proof, I finished up this Restore Perfecting Spray. I think this is the second one that I've gone through, and it's good. It's expensive though. This has a value of $33, and I am not gonna repurchase this right away. I'm gonna try some other leave-in conditioners. I definitely need a leave-in conditioner. My hair is highly damaged and dry, and I really gotta like give as much love to it as I possibly can. But this one is just like only okay for how much money it is, and I would rather have something that's only okay for half the price. So we'll see if I can find something good. If you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments because I'm looking. I have this teeny tiny lip mask from Laneige. This is their chocolate mint scent, which I really, really liked. It was quite enjoyable, and that was $4 value. And then for my project pan, I have this foundation from Kosas. I loved panning this. It really made me fall in love with this foundation. I want to try other things. So I'm not going to repurchase it, at least not now, but it's a $42 value, so I'm not really in a hurry to run out and repurchase that right away. And then from LYS, I finished up their translucent setting powder, and this powder has an $18 value, and it was okay. It doesn't have a lot of product in here. I compared it to the other powders in my collection, and it had like a half or sometimes even a third the amount of product, so that explains why it's so affordable. I like how the packaging looks, but getting the product out of the packaging was not my favorite experience, so again, don't think I'm gonna repurchase that one. And then from e.l.f., this is their Wow Brow. This was my first time going through a Wow Brow, and it's not my favorite. I prefer the NYX brow mascara as far as drugstore goes, but I've recently been trying the Kosas one, and I love it. So even though it's like a lot more expensive, I really like the packaging, and it does a good job on my brows. So I'm enjoying the luxury of that for now, but this has a $5 value. Very, very affordable if you are in a pinch, and it's okay. You know, it's okay for the price. Some other people love it. I prefer a more heavy brow gel personally. And I did flub up the other mascara. The first one I was talking about that was $8.12 was actually the Maybelline Sky High, and that is a new formula for me, and I did really like it. It really made my lashes pretty long and was easy to build upon itself. So maybe it's just a more expensive mascara in their line. And the Last Sensational that I mentioned earlier, this one has a value of $5.60. So again, I like this one. Okay, it's pretty darn good. Not my favorite though. And this is a funny item. This is from Mega Babe. This is a product called Le Touche, and it's a clarifying butt mask. So the idea is you put this on your butt and you let it soak in for like 4 or 5 minutes before your shower, and then you rinse it, and it like kind of just releases any dead skin from your buttocks. It has glycolic acid, kelp, and eucalyptus. I used it, and I'm sure my butt could use some clarifying. I'm sure everybody's butt could use some clarifying. I don't know how great it was. I think just like a regular exfoliator is fine. That's what I typically use on the regular, and it's like moisturizer. And you know, it's important we moisturize and take care of all the skin on our body. You know, let's not leave out the tush. So am I gonna run out and buy this? No, I think it's kind of a gimmicky product, but hey, if your butt needs extra clarifying and you got money to burn, go for it. Sure, why not? But that has a value of $1.64. And one last item that I'm not going to count towards my total. It's just kind of a throwaway item because it's not even worth it for me to look up the price. This is a perfume sample from Ellis Brooklyn, and the scent is Florist, and it was nice. I love a floral scent. It's different than other things I have in my collection. I can't spray it. It's really, even though there's some left in the bottom, I can't get it out. But it was a very nice, pleasant floral perfume, and I enjoyed sampling it. So I'm not gonna add that one to my total, but adding all of those other ones together, my total empties for Q3 is $240.06, and that brings my yearly total so far up to $964. So we are very close to the $1,000 mark. I have no doubt that I'm going to surpass $1,000 before the year is up, and I'm really going to try and power through this last quarter and just reach for everything that is possible to empty before the year is up so that I can have a grand finale for you at the end of December. So that is all for my empties, and now let's get into the spendies. And I definitely spent a little bit this quarter, but a lot of these purchases were for Halloween, so they're not bought specifically for my makeup collection, even though they are now in my makeup collection anyways. They are going to be for a use of a very fun event with me and my friends. So let's get into those purchases. I have them all right here in this little gift bag, and I'm gonna try and separate them into makeup purchases and then just general beauty care purchases, because I really am trying to track my makeup spending specifically, because it's just not something that I go through as quickly, and I oftentimes have multiples of those products, and they're just not as usable or as quickly used up as, you know, regular body care items are. The first item I purchased this quarter is from CoverGirl. This is their Supersizer mascara, and as you can see, I haven't even busted into this yet, but I hardly ever can find this mascara anymore, and it remains to be one of my favorites from the drugstore of all time. So whenever I see it at the drugstore, I grab it. And I think I only have one other mascara in my collection right now as a backup, so I don't have too many mascaras sitting around, and I'll be very excited to reach for this one when the time comes. This one cost me $8.49. I also picked up this lip liner from Wet n Wild because I didn't have any like neutral nude lip liners anymore. I have gone through all of them, so now this is my only neutral nude lip liner, and this one is very affordable. It's the shade Bear to Comment, which is one of my favorites. I went through one of these shades before and loved it enough to repurchase it, and it's very affordable. It only costs $4.19. Okay, this item I probably shouldn't have purchased, but I was doing a get it ready with me using makeup tips from Jessica Braun, and she used a putty blush, and I didn't have any putty blushes, so I purchased this one from e.l.f. It's the shade Tahini, and it's just like a really pretty basic pink shade, but it's not the most emollient blush, and I'm not like a huge cream blush person. I'm trying to get into them more. I feel like it would probably work better with my, you know, maturing skin, but I used it for that video, and that's basically the only time. So since then, it's just been sitting around. I'm gonna try and reach for this more. That might be a goal for me in my deck of panning or something like that, but this one cost me $7. Again, speaking about hair products, I do have quite dry, damaged hair, so hair masks are an essential for me. This one's from Biolage, and it's a pretty expensive hair mask. You can see I've already gone through almost one entirely. The other one is full, and I bought these when they were like buy one, get one half off or something like that. So I got these for $22.50 a piece. I think normally they're around $35 or maybe even closer to $40. So I'm happy to pick those up when they have a sale, and it does do a really good job of hydrating my hair. I'll often leave this in my hair for a good 10 minutes while I'm like shaving my legs or just relaxing in the bath, and it helps to keep my hair just a little bit healthier and manageable. I also always pick up sunscreen when it's on sale at Ulta. I'm keeping an eye out for that when I need it. And so I decided to pick up these two from Balm. This was another like buy one, get one half off sale. So I was able to get a body sunscreen of SPF 50 and this face sunscreen. I've used several of these before. This is their face 70 SPF. And I love this because it's not greasy and it doesn't break me out and it doesn't leave a white cast, and it has a really high SPF. Actually, my dermatologist recommended this one to me. The body sunscreen cost me $15.12 and the face sunscreen $9.29. These next few items don't really count. I'm still gonna, of course, count them to my purchases because it's money that I spent, but they were not purchased for my makeup collection. They were purchased for a very special purpose, my favorite holiday, Halloween. So they came from a separate budget. They came from my Halloween budget. I'm a big budgeter. Do you guys budget? I use the Every Dollar app from Dave Ramsey. It's my Bible. I live and die by it. So anyways, what I purchased for my Halloween costume, without telling you what my Halloween costume is, but maybe you'll get some ideas. I got this white eyeliner. This one is from NYX, and you know, why not have a white eyeliner? This is one of their retractable pencil eyeliners. This was $6.50. I also got a gray eyeliner that I plan to use as a lip liner. Not for me, but for some other gentlemen. And this one is from Ulta. There's not a lot of options when it comes to gray drugstore eyeliner, so I basically just bought the one that I could find from Ulta. This one is $8. This cost me $6.50. I've never purchased one of these before, and I've also never purchased a clear gloss before, but this is from NYX. This is the Butter Gloss in their clear formula. And again, this is for our Halloween costumes. This costs $6. And I also have two lipsticks that I purchased for the Halloween outfits. This is from NYX. This is their Suede Matte Lipstick and the shade Alien, which is a black lipstick. And then I also have this liquid lip from Maybelline, the Superstay Matte Ink, and this is their black shade, which they call Thrill Seeker. So those are all gonna be very important tools for a very important holiday. And I forgot to mention the bullet lip cost $9 and the liquid lip $10.99. Back to makeup that I bought just for myself and just for fun. I really splurged on this one. I purchased a Nars Power Matte lipstick. This is the shade Notorious, which is their more orangey red shade, and I just love it. It was a splurge. It was $34, but I really wanted to treat myself with a nice lip color. It just has such luxe packaging. It has such good pigment, and I love an orangey red. I think it's very flattering on my complexion, and it's one of my favorite tones to wear when I'm really, you know, going for it and enjoying a bold red lip. So I do not regret this purchase. In fact, I'm considering indulging and pampering myself with a few more of these shades, or maybe trying one of their like high shine formulas in the similar packaging. So that one is definitely going to add to my total more than others, that's for sure. I also purchased a new brown liner since I finished that other one. This one's from Sephora. This is their 12-hour liner, and this is the shade Tiramisu, which is like a really dark brown. This was definitely an influenced item from Jessica Braun, who loves it, and I really like it too. It's kind of hard for me to sharpen. I haven't found the best sharpener to use with it. If you know of a sharpener that works well with the Sephora line, let me know. I have a Sephora sharpener. I'm pretty sure my sharpener is from Sephora and it's not working very well on this item. It doesn't bring it to a point. It still has like really blunt edges when I sharpen it, and I would prefer that it was sharper. Of course, during this quarter, I purchased another e.l.f. Holy Hydration Cleansing Balm, and this one is actually already almost used up. I need to purchase another one, and I'm actually gonna try something different this time. I know I'm so adventurous, but there's a new item out on the market and it's a good price and it's a good size. So I'm gonna give it a try. I'll let you know how that works out next time. But this was $9 when I purchased it. Okay, this one was a total impulse buy, but I've heard so much about these and I was making an Ulta order anyways, and I just wanted to try something new. I was kind of in that mood. So I picked up one of these fat lip oils from NYX, and I'm actually really happy I did. I really love it. It is so hydrating on the lips. It feels like it leaves a very nice pigment, a very nice shine. It's just like a nice, easy, carefree lip. And I need those every once in a while, especially with my Invisalign trays. Like, lipstick is not my friend. It's really the biggest hassle as far as this Invisalign journey goes, is that I can't wear my lip colors the same way that I did before. You know, it's a small sacrifice to make, and I still wear my lip colors all the same. I just have lipstick on my Invisalign trays more often than not, okay? But if my mouth is closed, you can't tell, and I just make sure I like lick my trays and try and get the lipstick off as much as I can. This does not have that problem, and I have really been enjoying using it. It's been in my purse for quite a few weeks, and I'm gonna continue reaching for it just naturally and with pleasure. So this one cost me $7.20. So even though there was an impulse, I'm really happy I did it. This item I haven't busted into yet, but I really needed this item for one of my foundations. It's my Clinique foundation that is very expensive. They're even better clinical foundation, and it's very high coverage, but this shade is just a little bit off for me. It's just a little bit too orange, and I already knew it, but you guys also mentioned it in the comments, and I was like, you know what? I thought it was only me who noticed it, but other people are noticing it, and let's try and remedy it. So per your suggestion and something that I already suspected I needed to do, this is a color corrector from e.l.f. This is obviously a blue shade, and it actually mixed in helped to counteract the orange tones in this foundation. So I haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited to try it when I'm ready to reach for this foundation and hopefully make this expensive foundation that I paid really good money for useful in my routine. So that is the color corrector, and this one only cost $3.20. So a small investment to make to get use on an expensive foundation. Speaking of a foundation, I did recently bring a new one into my collection. This is from L'Oreal, and this is their Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation, and I got the shade 40 in Buff. I haven't tried this one yet, but I've heard really good things, and I love a more moisturizing, glowy, serum-y type foundation, so I'm excited to try this one. It has sunscreen in it, SPF 50, which is great, and my foundation collection is getting to be quite small. After I pan the foundation that's in my current project pan, this and the Clinique will be the only two remaining in my collection. So not too bad. I don't feel bad about bringing another one of these in, and I only spent $11.60 on this foundation. And the last item is another hair care item. I decided to try a scalp oil. I looked into a few different ones, but this one had pretty good reviews and was a good price. So this is from The Main Choice, and it is their multivitamin growth oil. And the idea is you put this on your scalp the night before you wash your hair, you kind of leave it overnight, really moisturize that scalp, and then cleanse your scalp very well the following day to remove all that oil. And it's supposed to help with hair growth and general health of your scalp. So it's been working okay. I mean, I don't know if I've noticed a huge change. I've only used it, I think, 3 times, but I'll let you know. I'm really trying to pamper my hair as much as possible because I really put it through a lot. So hopefully it forgives me if I just nourish it a little bit more. But this one cost me $10.40. So altogether, I purchased 19 items. The total I spent is $215.98. Of that amount, $127.17 was just makeup, and then the remainder was skincare, body care, hair care. So my yearly total of spending from Q1, Q2, and Q3 is $478.36. And of that, $231.29 was on makeup. So my yearly spending so far is about half of what I have emptied in value. So that feels really good. And I'm hoping that I can keep my yearly total below like $700 this year. I was hoping to have it below $500, but I don't think that's going to happen. I already made an Ulta purchase in Q4. I had to, though. It was for repurchasing things and one more supply for my Halloween costume. But I think if I cut back from there and really focus on going through my samples and everything in my backup collection before I purchase anything, I think I should be able to keep my number pretty low, maybe at or around $600, and we'll see how many empties I can get. If I can get close to like $1,300 of empties, that would feel very satisfying. I'll have to find some high price items to focus on if I'm gonna get there though. So that is all for my empties and spendies of Q3 for 2023. I really hope you enjoyed this video and going through all of this data with me. It is so much fun to talk numbers with all of you. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you leave. If you're all the way to the end, leave me some like the money smiley face who's sticking out the $sign tongue. Leave me that guy in the comments to let me know you're a real one. I appreciate you so much. I hope you're doing really well wherever you are in the world, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Until then, bye.